Yesterday, when I was at My Fest, chatting with Stefan and his family, we were, had been talking about trail names and various things. I don't know, we'd been talking for an hour or better or so, and he decided he had a good trail name for me. He said, I'm really chill, so my trail name should be Chillbo. And I don't know what a Chillbo was, but apparently it's one of these like inflatable chairs, couches. Kind of looks like a banana. After he mentioned it, I've seen the commercials for them, like at the beach. You can catch a bunch of air in it, blow it up, and then it's super comfortable or whatever. And they're called Chillbo. So I don't know, maybe. Sounds pretty cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. Chillbo. I'll have to think about it. But man, it sure was fun hanging out with him and his family. Cool people. All right, catch you later. I think it's mating season for these bees. They're like I think they're like a carpenter bee, but they're a native bee. They just got this tree. They are all around it. Thousands and thousands of them. Chasing. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, good morning. So I had a good night last night. Slept next to Deep Creek, it's called. And it was a very nice creek. Beautiful little river in this little canyon. Everything's green and lush. The water was flowing strong, probably knee deep to thigh deep, and 20 feet across. There were lots of trout swimming around in there, which looked pretty tasty, but alas, I have no fishing equipment or California fishing license. But anyway, yeah, I slept right on the bank, almost like sleeping on the beach in the sand, but very calm, peaceful night. And now I'm continuing on to the next town, which is really not a town. It's called Cajon Pass. It's a place where a major highway, maybe even interstate, goes through, and so there's some gas stations, a McDonald's, a Subway, and a little inn. So we'll see about staying there probably, so I can edit another video and get it out. Headed towards the Mojave Desert, so that's going to be another hot section. But in the meantime, just enjoying these mountains and this deep creek. Super nice. So onward and upward. It's a great day to be alive. So I've been contemplating about my beard, my hair, if I just let it continue to grow or get it trimmed. I was just thinking now about maybe shaving my face completely. I mean, I don't know when the last time was I was clean shaven. Man, it's been a couple decades anyway. Maybe, man, it's been a long time since I haven't had a beard, and even longer since I haven't had a mustache. I wonder what that would be like. I'll have to think about that. To shave or not to shave? That is the question. So I just stopped by the Deep Creek Hot Springs to eat my lunch, and turns out the hot springs have some very nice cool pools. So went for a swim, felt amazing. What was unique is that the water was cool, on the verge of being cold, but the sand at the bottom of the pools was warm from the geothermal. So it's pretty kind of neat, you know. Did that, got cleaned up. There's a trail angel there at the time. So also drank a PBR and got a granola bar, you know, just your standard fare. But that was super nice. So I'm not back on the trail here. Hope to get another 10 in yet today. So yeah, good stuff. Cool hot springs. Who'd have thought? All right, getting started this morning. Spent the night near Grass Valley Creek. So able to drink a lot of water when I got there last night, and then again this morning. And I got 2 liters with me, going about 10 miles to the next water source. And I think it's gonna be another nice day. Hasn't rained, I don't know, in a week or something. And even then was just that cold front that came through with a little bit in the morning. So didn't see, last time I looked at the forecast, which was a few days ago when I had cell coverage, there was no chance or expectation of rain. But it does get chilly in the morning. It's in the 40s, I suppose, in the morning. So crisp and cool and good for hiking. Let's have a great day. I'm doing another experiment regarding my blisters, which again aren't terrible blisters, but again try to mitigate as best I can. I've tried the technique of wearing 2 socks. So last time when I was in Big Bear, when I was in Big Bear, I stopped at a Family Dollar and bought a pair of Cookie Monster socks because they were $1.25 and made of polyester and spandex, which one of the things about being out like this, you never want to have cotton. Cotton is what can cause hypothermia, which is one of the major dangers, really, of being outdoors. So the little quip is cotton kills. So no cotton, got wool or synthetics, and these particular socks are synthetic. Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, we'll try that out. Just put some Body Glide over the blisters and then the socks, and we'll see 10 miles from now what they look or feel like. Yeah. It's hard to believe this is in the desert of Southern California, but I've come through a lot of different ecosystems already. It's just another one. Super cool. All right, good morning. Going at it again this morning. Spent last night at Cajon Pass, which is really just a pull-off, like interstate exchange for I-15. I did 24 miles yesterday to get to that spot. Able to get there. Stayed in a little hotel and cranked out another video. And I think the one way that I can get 4,000 calories in a day is to eat at McDonald's. There was a McDonald's there at that exchange, so I had a double cheeseburger with fries, Dr. Pepper. I will say it's been a while since I've been at McDonald's. I was hoping to be able to say supersize me. That's not an option. All they had was large. Advertising, I suppose. But anyway, on my way to Wrightswood, Wright something. It's the next town, and it's gonna be a little tricky because part of the trail is closed because of a fire that they had here maybe a year ago or something, and the detour is like 30 miles, so got to figure that out. But step one will be getting into town. Need to buy a little bit more food. The stretch after that's about 5 days between towns, so we'll see. That's where we're going. Got my feet taped up. We're moving on. Let's go. All right, so getting started today. I just left Wrightwood, where I resupplied on food, and got a nice sandwich last night and breakfast this morning. Actually spent the night in a guy's shop. So that me and another hiker, Brendan, who's a firefighter out of San Francisco, the two of us stayed in this guy's shop, which was super nice, right there in Wrightwood, close and handy to everything. So now I'm doing this road walk because the PCT is closed for many, many miles here due to a fire that came through last September. I'll try to look up some more of the specifics about that fire, but it's called the Wrightwood Bridge Fire, and got very close to the city of Wrightwood. Kind of went around it a bit, like on three sides. Fortunately, not too many structures burned here, but a lot of this national forest is closed, including this highway, which they don't expect now to have it back open until I think May of next year, May of 2026. So we'll see how much damage there is. Talking with the locals, it was pretty horrendous. Guy just got a hitch from town up here. He said that, they're very fortunate, but they did, smell smoke for about 2.5 months after the fire. Just everything smoldering, and yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll go through this fire range, do a walk around. Again, it's 20 miles, maybe 30 miles, a detour. So back at it. Great day to be alive. So speaking with some of the locals, they were saying about how that day of the fire, that the winds were blowing 60 to 70 miles an hour, and so the fire itself was literally moving a mile a minute. It was just screaming through here, so there was no real way to slow it down anyway with any amount of firefighting suppression. Not to mention the fact that the wind's so strong they couldn't use air support at all, so it was just cruise on the ground, and they were pretty helpless. So it was really a very scary few days. Yeah, I bet it was horrendous. It's interesting too how the trees didn't just burn completely up to ash, but they were basically cooked. So they're all dead, but a lot of branches and everything still stands, even some pine needles on them still. But yeah, they're all dead. I can see where the Forest Service is going through, cutting down the big trees that are close to the road. I assume so they won't fall onto the road in the coming years. Sure seems weird not having any vehicles on this road. I just know if this was open, this would be very popular with motorcycles, fancy cars, families on vacation, because it's beautiful views from up here. You kind of see behind me there. It's called Angel's Crest Highway. Yeah, just weird. It's kind of like, what's that TV show? The one with all the zombies. Like there's been an apocalypse. I'm one of the few humans left alive. Okay, that just sounded creepy. Never mind. Good morning. At it again this morning. Just a little bit after 6. Yesterday, I got 25 miles done. Walking on this highway, Angel's Crest Highway, which really had a kind of a Mad Max weird feel to it because no traffic. Again, this highway's closed for the Wrightville Fire and rebuild project. After walking that stretch, a lot of it looks like they're rebuilding guardrail, and the very edge of this highway is about ready to fall off the side of the mountain. So they're doing a lot of work like that. But I did make it through that closure. Now there's another closure that I'm coming up on for the PCT, which is there's a few miles that's closed off for an endangered species, the mountain yellow-legged frog. They have a habitat up here, and there's only like 300 of them left in the world, so they have that short section closed off. But in order to get around it, I'm gonna do this road walk. Yeah, it's not so bad. Again, in the morning when it's cool like this, and with no traffic on the road. So we'll do that. That'll take me to a campground that has a spigot, has running water. So that'll be good. I think the walk is only like 3.5 miles, and I've got a half a liter of water with me, so we'll be good. And then for the next stretch, I mean, I've got like 50 miles or so to go, between 50 and 60 miles to the next town. And so that's a couple nights out on the trail, and there seems to be pretty regular water sources every 5-10 miles, something like that. So that's pretty convenient, and I don't have to carry so much weight. And yeah, we'll see about knocking out some miles today. It's a great day to be alive. All right, so just got out of a little campground that had water. I stopped. I guess it was like 3.5 miles from where I started the day, and super nice. Was able to walk part of the road there with Chimney Sweep is their name, trail name. She's from the UK, and she's a climate scientist by schooling, currently working for the UK government, and we had a good time talking about her job and the overlaps between what I do in the power industry. Basically, if I could summarize her job, is she's kind of the middleman between climate scientists and policymakers, and so she can talk with the scientists and see what their latest information, knowledge they have, and then share that with the policymakers, and try to be that middleman, that bridge between the two. Certainly a lot of challenges there, with just two different ways of thinking about things and trying to make that meld together. It's her challenge. So she's out here doing this, getting a break from that work. Something she's wanted to do for several years and planned for it and made it happen. So bravo to Chimney Sweep. Very good. Again, super neat, great conversation. And we stopped there at that campground to get water, and Sparkles, who's part of her group as well, also from the UK, he stopped and joined us too. And so we ate some food, filled up on water. Now we're back on. This is actually an approach trail to the PCT, but getting back at it. Seems like it's gonna be another beautiful day out here. Catch you later. Go on. You can do it. Keep it going. There you go. Good morning. Get started again today. Did about 20 yesterday, which was pretty good because a good portion of it was uphill. So pretty happy with that. Had a nice sleep up on top of this mountain, which also meant I had a little bit of cell coverage, which is kind of good. Got a few things taken care of back at home that way. And now I'm just walking through flowers again on my way to my next water stop, which is a fire department about 7 miles away. So go down there. There's also another trail race, endurance race going on, and we'll see if this pans out. But I heard from one of the guys I was hiking with shortly ago, last night, that there might be some tacos down there at that fire station, which would be great. Like two of my favorite words now are trail magic. But anyhow, it's another beautiful morning. No rain. This is my view this morning. Looking down across the desert down there, that valley. I'm gonna end up doing quite a bit of desert walking coming up as I head towards Tehachapi and Mojave, California. So anyway, just another great day. Catch y'all later. Well, that was super nice. Just met Charlie, Shannon, and Jen, who provided some trail magic in this cold brew coffee. And down at the fire station where I'm heading next, they have some muffins and other cold drinks. So yeah, super nice folks. This is awesome. Again, 2 favorite words now: trail magic. Good stuff. The water is some places getting harder to find. This is considered a good flowing spring. Last water was 6 miles back. I think the next water is about 10 miles. So I have to make as much use of this as possible. Welcome to the desert. A little ways back there, I was able to meet Ali, aka Tent Chef. Yes, because he cooks in his tent is why I got that name. Super nice guy. He's from Bahrain, which he did have to give me a little bit of a geography lesson as to where Bahrain is. But anyway, I had a nice conversation with him, and I asked him about food, like what food he can't wait to have when he gets back home. And he said meat, that most of the meat here in the States he can't eat. So I was really looking forward to just having red meat back there. Additionally, we were talking more about food, which seems like we do that a lot, but anyway, he said that he's eating a lot of pizza, and then he's taking it upon himself to rate the pizza in every little town that he goes to. And so far, Idlewild Pizza Company has the record, or ranks number 1. He describes it a little bit. You know, it's a vegetarian pizza with roasted garlic and some feta cheese on it. Anyway, he said it's the best pizza he's ever had. Saying something. And he'd be willing to go back to get that pizza again. But he's going to continue to tally up all the different pizza joints along the way. Yeah, super nice guy. Tent chef. People from all over up here. Pretty dang cool. Catch you later. So this is my home for the night. My nice little Durston tent. I got the bug screen open over here right now, but otherwise this is kind of my space. It's got a vestibule here and a vestibule over there, and I can store stuff that stays under the rain fly. Yeah, so that's kind of handy. Keep my backpack out there so it doesn't get wet if it rains. And for supper tonight, we're having some mashed potatoes, sour cream and chive, instant mashed potatoes, which work out pretty well. High carbs. Oh, those are my nasty feet. Yeah, multiple tan lines. And dirty, taped up over blisters thing. A lot of thru hikers have feet like this for whatever reason. Yeah, okay. All right, back at it again this morning. Had a good day yesterday. I ended up with about 24 miles done yesterday, which I was very happy with. And did have to dry camp last night. Didn't have water where I stayed, but it was at a ranger station. I had a pit toilet and a picnic table, luxury. And so now I got about 8 miles to the next water, which will be the Santa Clara River. And then about another 10 after that, I'll be to Agua Dulce, which is a small community that I'm going to resupply in. So that'll be the task for today. Getting there to do that resupply. Last evening, camping close to me was a couple from the UK. So I got to sit down and talk with them for a while. Very nice couple. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep on putting down some miles. It's a little bit cooler today. Cold front came through. I don't know how well that's going to come through on the camera, but it's very nice this morning. It's supposed to be about 10 degrees cooler today than yesterday, which yesterday it was only like, I don't know, 82 or 83 or something, but it does get hot when you're hiking this pack up a mountain. So 10 degrees cooler sounds good to me. And yeah, we'll just have a great day. I'm going to be making a gear video, hopefully in the not too distant future here. I'll probably post that as its own separate video. But it'll basically just be a rundown through what gear I'm using, what I would change if I could have, or will change. Yeah, basically likes and dislikes the gear that I have. So be on the lookout for that. Like I say, should be in the not too distant future, but I gotta find the right time and the right place. And then we'll do it. All right, catch you later. All right, coming up on this cave that I saw from across the way. I saw the cave, I don't know, over there somewhere. And yeah, some hikers stay here. Guess it's a nice respite from the weather if it's bad. And reportedly Barry the rat lives here. And if you do spend the night, you should leave a few crumbs for him. Yeah, just a very shallow little cave, I guess, but cute nonetheless. Cool. Yesterday at the ultra marathon, when I was talking with the volunteers and race officials, I met a woman named Julia who's a CrossFitter, and she definitely had that CrossFitter physique. So I talked with her for a little while, and you know, there's that not an old adage, but there's certainly a saying that wherever two or more CrossFitters are in close proximity, they must talk about CrossFit. So that's what we did. It was pretty neat. Just talking about the different aspects and movements that we each like or dislike in CrossFit. And yeah, that was really neat. And then she mentioned that her husband likes, you know, watching strange videos and stuff. So this might be right up his alley. So hey, Julia's husband, take a gander at this video. And maybe you like it, maybe you won't. But either way, Julia, super cool. Just another one of the amazing people out here that I meet on the trail. Catch you later.